Okay, so the first thing we're going to do after the coffee is made is get the ingredients together. And the ingredients I have here: flour, breadcrumbs, egg, cheese. I don't think it matters what kind of cheese you use. Then have a little butter in here, a little plate of parsley, and awesome onions here, grated cheese. And then over here, I want to cut some chicken breast into small little slices. And optional, I think I'm going to use some parsley here as well, some large pieces of parsley, and some slices of avocado. Now the avocado is here just so I can feel good about what I'm making, because right now what I'm making is kind of fattening. And this way I can say there's a little health element to it. Oh, also the bread. And then I'll put everything together in a moment. So I think after you have a sip of coffee over here, I think what you're going to do first is want to take little strips of chicken and just bread them. And it's really hard to do this with one hand, but I don't have a phone stand, and nor do I really give a shit. So, holding a phone and cooking with one hand, I don't recommend it. It's a real pain in the ass. Guarantee you, it's the last time I do this. And that's cooking in canola oil. Okay, so now I fried the chicken for a very, very short period of time, just to brown the chicken. And damn, it's really good. Now I'm gonna make a dressing: butter, parsley, garlic, and maybe some other shit, you know, salt, pepper, blah 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 blah. But with these two bad boys over here in butter, oh, and also grated cheese, you are set. It's gonna be wicked. Okay, and by the way, at this point it's really critical that before you do anything, you drink some coffee. If you don't drink coffee, you're gonna ruin the whole damn thing. So I think I'm just gonna, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing really. I'm just using common sense. All right, using common sense and one hand, plus a hell of a lot of garlic. And believe me, whatever garlic you think that I'm leaving over in there, when I turn this camera off, I'm putting everything in there. Same thing with the parsley, because this is gonna be wickedly good. Guarantee you. And then I'll show you what we're going to do with this soon. Okay. So now, I don't know what's wrong with the camera here. It's acting weird with me. Okay, so now, this has been stirred. And it's ready to go. Chicken ready to go. All I gotta do now is cut the bread, and I'll show you what's gonna happen. And I predict, if food is the man, if food is the key to a man's heart, then this will knock down the divorce rate by half. Just my opinion. Okay, now, at this point, it's really critical. The key step is drink a little more coffee. Then cut your bread. And what I'm doing one of two things. Cut like a hole through the bread here. That's one way of doing it. Or cut the bread in half and then scoop out the bread from the middle. And of course this does not get wasted because A, I'm sure you can do something with this. But B, I feed the birds. I'm sure the birds and squirrels will love to have their hands on this. And hey, that's not a bad thing. Okay, the next thing you do is you take some cheese, wrap it around the chicken, and then we're going to put that inside the bread. Alright? But before I did that, I put some of that dressing inside of there, inside the bread. And then you see some of it in there. That's only optional, I think. I don't think it'll be necessary. Now, the other option is to open up the bread, and then you put some of that green shit in there, the dressing I made. And then what you do is you put in cheese. I don't think it matters what cheese. I have a hot cheese in there. So I'm just experimenting, by the way, as you know. So now, the reason why, by the way, the only reason for opening the bread up is so I can make believe that this is a health sandwich by putting parsley in there and putting avocado in here. And that's the only reason why I'm opening the bread up. So anyway, and then we're going to close the bread, and then I'll show you the other part. And now that it is done, kind of looks cool. Then I'm going to start sprinkling. I'm going to start painting, spreading this on top here. So this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to wrap this up, put it in the oven 20 minutes at 350 degrees. You got to translate to your own, whatever that metric system is with you guys, or Celsius, or whatever the bullshit is called in Europe. Anyway, in America it's 350, 20 minutes, period.